dusty lanes, and now I'm heading into the Himalayas. Climbing towards Pokhara. Dusty, dusty road. I just climbed away from Pokhara, or towards Pokhara. The struggle with trying to find somewhere to camp in a place as hilly as this, that every flat piece of ground by the road is a hotel or a restaurant. Well, not necessarily a hotel even. So I found this campsite, but I had to wind my bike along little things like this with a sheer drop down the side. But luckily I made it. I'm going to set up camp and get some food on. If only I was down in the valley floor. Go for a swim. 20 minutes to sunset. I'm gonna go and check out the river. Bit of trail running in cycling shoes. Oh man. It's really swinging now. Awesome, man, there's no one around. If only I could be bothered to get my bike down here to camp, but I'll leave it up there for now. Just have a wash down here and then head back up with some food. This is part of a longer trail. It's beautiful. Waking up to just birds and running water. Oh. I came down a hiking track to find my brilliant campsite. So now I've got to push the bike over. I've taken the first set of bags and the big rear bag, but now I have to push it back, which is pretty steep at some points, and I haven't got gravity working for me this time. So let's see how we go. I'm actually going to stop here and take the bag separately. Otherwise I'm going to go for an early swim. Didn't fall off. big ass storm. Nice. Camping just down. Can you hear all these rock falls? It's just rained, so it must be slipping down. Luckily there's nothing above me now. Tomorrow's my last half day into Pokhara. I'm really looking forward to a break, to be honest. Been on the road for a couple of weeks now, and although I'm enjoying Nepal very much, it'd be nice to have my own little private apartment and good Wi-Fi. Fingers crossed. My final day, and it's raining. But it feels great. I love the rain. Just like home. Made it to Pokhara, man. Here we are. Hey, so I've made it to Nepal. Well, not to Nepal, I made it to Pokhara. So I've now been in Nepal for a week. After cycling through India for 5 months, I think it's now, I have enough information to compare the two. I'm going to compare them quickly over road, people, food, camping and accommodation and sites. So firstly, roads. Start with quality. The Indian road quality was actually surprisingly good. I was told by several people that it would be pretty terrible, and there were a few back streets that kind of disintegrated into potholes. There were also some highways which weren't finished, which turned into muddy, dusty back roads, but generally the road quality was pretty good. Here in Nepal, it's actually surprisingly similar. The only thing I noticed is that the roads don't seem to be graded, so where the tarmac has been laid, there's slight bumps everywhere which slows you down. So I think out of Nepal and India, India wins slightly on roads. Next, the people. This is very hard because India is so different. It's so huge. It's a subcontinent really, not a country. And Nepal is much smaller. You know, Nepal is the size of one state of India, or less in some cases. But generally, I think both Nepalese and Indians are incredibly friendly. Wherever I go, I felt pretty welcomed. There's been a few more scarier characters in India, I would say, and I felt that people took the piss out of me sometimes, whereas in Nepal, people seem to be so chilled out, they don't even give a crap a lot of the time. So I think Nepal has a narrow victory there, but again, it's pretty hard to say. Next, food. I'm slightly biased here because I'm vegetarian, so India wins hands down. I love momos. A bit heavy, the steamed dumplings sometimes, and also like noodles can be pretty heavy also. But yeah, southern Indian food, idli, dosa, oh, they win it for me. Next, camping and accommodation. India was very tricky. There's just people everywhere. There's an unbelievably high population in a lot of India. So I wild camped maybe for a week out of the 5 months that I was there. The hotels were good. I got done out of a lot of money because my haggling skills are terrible. So I spent a lot more on hotels than I expected, but they were okay. Nepal, wild camping is amazing. If you can get down the valley to the river, it's beautiful. If you can go up the valley, up valley wall into the woods, even better. Again, there's a lot less people in this country, so there's a lot more room to camp. People don't seem to mind you camping there. So Nepal wins for wild camping and accommodation. And finally, the sights. So I suppose you can split into certain ways. India has so many things to see. For me, the highlights were the Taj Mahal, of course. You have to go there. Even though I expected it to be crazy and full of tourists, I got there first thing in the morning and it was beautiful. The natural sights like the Munnar tea hills and the Himalayas were brilliant. Pokhara and Kathmandu and Nepal, again stunning. A couple of days ago, again in the last video, I went to see the Buddha's birthplace. You can tell there's a lot less tourist infrastructure here, a lot less money put into the tourist infrastructure, but it's a lot more relaxed, and yeah, the temple around the Buddha's sites and the monasteries there were incredible also. So I think for the sites, Nepal and India, it's a draw. So there we go. Which country do you think is best to bikepack in, India or Nepal? Personally, I think if you can get out to anyone, you'll have an amazing time. Comments down below. Now it's time to get out of my dirty clothes and have a shower.